Our third and final game of the day from the Tallahassee Regional is our second elimination game of the day. It is win or go home. The winner faces Florida State in the regional final, as it's an SEC American Conference matchup between the Auburn Tigers and the South Florida Bull. Popped up out in the shallow left field. And just into foul territory, Alex Wilkes.
You faced maybe in high school, travel ball, but she has made it look easy.
Chops that into the ground to shortstop, and Rivera making the play. Lana Rivera for joining the Bulls last season. It's that deep towards left center field, and it's into the trees. And KK McCrary having herself a day, picking up right where she leaves off from the earlier win against RMU, and cranks her 10th home run of the season.
Potential win opportunities, and this year has been much better at managing that expectation and controlling her emotions.
Smee Nelson getting the start at first base. She takes it to the back, 3 unassisted to retire the side, but not before KK McCrary's home run as Auburn
Punches, a lot of hits. Having these outs, especially when you get to full count. Here, Tresvik gives in and gives up the leadoff walk. Those things come back in a game like.
Alexa Galligani, the center fielder. That's off the glove of Lisenby. Ball was up and in, and Elliott winds up down at second base. She's basically walking it all the way out back to the circle today, which she didn't really do that yesterday, that extreme. That's bunted to third base, and Rollers charges, gets Galligani with a sacrifice.
Short game, there's no doubt, and that clutch hitting, timely hitting has been key.
The ball's whacked towards right center field. That'll be deep enough to get the run home. Throw comes in late, and Elliott scores on a Wilkes sacrifice fly, and USF ties the game.
It's good situational hitting from South Florida after the bunt, and advance to second. Another bunt to advance to third, and then just drive the ball to the outfield, get something up in the zone.
3-2 pitch. Off speed, taken for strike 3, and Tresvik breaks that out at 57 miles per hour. Roach, base hit left field. She's now hit safely in all 3 games in this regional in Tallahassee. That is ball 4 outside, a 5-pitch walk. So Belle Sarja issues her first walk. And here's Auburn with the first 2 base runners. In the air out to right field, battling the sun is Elliott, tagging from second. Roach headed for third. The throw skips by. We're backing up as Sarge after starting yesterday's game against USF. Ground ball towards third. That's off the glove of Brooks. Trickles into left field. 1 runs in. The stop sign was almost run through by Lesman. And Cade Malveaux was putting the hand in the air like, do not. 2-1 lead.
Lisenby's just been very productive. She's had some productive at-bats. And Brooks just can't get to this ball, and the minute it tips off a glove, that's going to mean more base runners can keep moving up, and Auburn scores easily on that play.
Abby Smith came up 3 times in the win over RMU and lays down a safety squeeze here. The runner from third not going. They get no out at first base. It'll be a bunt base hit for Smith, but Lesman surveyed that, elected game. Peralta out towards deep right center field. That ball just keeps carrying. Catch made. Lead 2 runners tag. Throw coming towards second. Lesman scores. Lisenby goes over to third. But a pitch that was close to the strike zone. He's called the ball right back up the middle. It knocks down Sarja. It's gathered by the shortstop, and the throw by Rivera is in time. Well, that worked out all right for USF.
Pitchers ready, making changes when necessary. You just do everything you can to win this game now.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Rose Roach throws out Rivera. Well, and that hit her. Got her right near the knee, and she's going to try to run that off down to first base. Ground ball sharply hit. Backhand. Peralta out at second to first. Ball gets away and almost hit the umpire there. Jason Smith, and down to second base goes Nelson.
After further review, it was determined that the actions of the runner sliding into second base was interference. Therefore, there will be another out at first base. The call has been changed. This is Auburn's first challenge.
All right, so the challenge works for the Malveaux, and it turns into a double play. That's chased by McCrary. Throw down to first base by Ortiz Martinez. And a strikeout to be. Moeller sends the first ball in the air to left field, and right there's Alex Wilkes. Roach sends that to left. Wilkes back over her head and bounces once up against the fence. Throws coming into second, but standing there is Roach with a double. And for Roach. Bounced up there, throw going to third, and in safely with the head first slide is Rose Roach.
The whole way, doesn't take a step back, doesn't hesitate, and that's what it takes. Great slide as well, going to the back side of the base with her right hand, making it even a longer distance to tag her out.
Ooh, nicely scooped. Rivera throws her out to win the inning. That ball did not take the hop she was anticipating, but she hung with it, and that saved a run right there. A little bit high for ball four. That's a 5-pitch walk to Brooks. And the leadoff batter reaches for this
game plan. That's typically what they're going to do in this situation.
Well, that'll do the job for him there. A wild pitch will advance Brooks down to second base.
Typical, but sees a lot of pitches. Doing what it takes to turn the lineup over.
It hits that hard up the middle into center field. Brooks will be stopped at third as Abby Smith's able to quickly get it. Elliott walked and scored in the first inning. That's by Lisenby. It will advance the trail runner. You know, it looks like bricks on the short wall.
NCAA regional, you know,
for safety and other reasons.
Has to be padded. Yeah, everything has to be padded.
And that's up the middle, base hit, and may tie the game. Here comes the trailing runner. Throw, home collision. Kathy Garcia Soto taps the plate with her bare hand. Both players appear to be up.
Well, this was quite the collision at the plate. You don't see this every day, but a good at-bat from Elliott to flare the ball up the middle. It's an outside pitch. She actually pulls it a little bit and hits it up the middle. And Abby Smith comes up throwing. We saw her throw a runner out at the plate earlier today, but the ball takes Lisenby back toward the third base Doug type situations. And we talked about it earlier. This is win or go home time.
Bunt laid down. It does spin foul. It's picked up by Lisenby. Galligani, who already had a sacrifice. Gets the bunt down. Throw goes to first base from Wohlers, and Galligani with another sacrifice, her second of the game. So travel ball coaches, don't be afraid to let your players bunt this summer. 0-2 pitch taken for strike 3, and after that quick trip to the circle by line into left for a base hit. Foreman knocks in Elliott, and USF down 3-1 when the inning began. Now leads 4-3.
I mean, Josie Foreman is locked in this regional. She saw 4 pitches on that inner half, said, all right, I'm going to hunt in that part of the strike zone, and she does. Backs off, opens up her hips, her shoulder a little bit to.
Got in on the fist, hit in the air to shallow left. McCrary calls off Peralta to make the catch, but 7 batters come to the plate. We'll visit with the head coach of the Bulls, Ken. Tresvik pulled off on that one, took a vicious rip, and swings and strikes out. Second K for Dixon.
Swing just as hard, and that is not the case. You may need to start a little sooner and not swing harder.
First pitch swinging, Lisenby pops it up to the right side, and the first baseman Nelson squeezes that. So that's 2 quick outs for Peyton Dixon here at the top of the 2. Now battles Smith, and another 2-2s. Chopped to the right. Ooh, side, that came up. Safe at first. That came up and hit Jamia Nelson, I think, right in the chin. But she never as you can to the base, or else she's going to beat it out, and that's going to extend the inning with another base hit. This one from Peralta, and all the way to third base without any hesitation or issue was Abby Smith. And
in this game, but that speed of Smith.
She's wanting to get in a rundown here with Smith's speed. Peralta was just trying to egg Ortiz Martinez to make a throw, but she's like, no, we'll
no, they've scored.
A chopper to short, charged and gathered, and the throw from Rivera is on target to retire the side. So a couple of 2-out hits, both strikes. Yeah, it looked like she went around, and that is confirmed on the appeal down to Jason Smith at first. One-two pitch. Right back off speed, a wave and a miss by Nelson.
Working from ahead.
1-2 pitch. Wave and a miss, and that's just the second clean 3-up, 3-down inning for Auburn. KK chops it towards short. Rivera's been busy. Elena makes the good throw for the first out.
Cussman working the corners.
Tough on those left-handed hitters as she gets rollers on strikes. And the third K for Dixon.
A lot of work this season in the circle for USF. Good results.
Yeah, and in some very big games. Pitched a couple times at Texas, once at Michigan, once in Gainesville. Lex sends it to right center field. That's down. Roach motors for third. The throw going into second base. And maybe that's it right there. Base hit right field. Tresvik's first hit of the regional ties the game at 4.
As you called it, Mark, and I agree. Best thing to do is keep swinging. And that's what Tresvik does. It's another pitch over the inner part of the plate. It's another inside-out swing. And she is on time. Her ability.
Chopped out to Rivera at shortstop. The shovel to second. And the force out there retires the side, but Auburn ties it on the Tresvik. Big 3-2 pitch coming to Garcia Soto, leading off the inning. Earns her way on with a base hit into center field. Second hit in this one for Kathy Garcia Soto, and the leadoff batter is on base for both times. A walk and a single. She bunts. It's picked up by Adams, and the throw to first in time to Roach. And Elliott does her job with a sacrifice, so there go the Bulls back. Gallegani jammed and just floats it just out of reach of Rose Roach into right. Garcia Soto will take the 60 feet to third and be held up there. That's popped up on the infield. Peralta makes the catch.
Job done and not let it be Josie Foreman.
On the infield, Peralta wants it and makes the catch. And it's South Florida that leaves the bases loaded. They've now struck for Auburn in this regional. They finally retire her for the first time. There's a sac fly and an RBI back in the second. 1 for 2, and puts this in the air to center field. Retreating back, nicely read all the way by Alex Gallegani, who went straight back. Put on the ground towards deep short. Long throw. Rivera gets her. And for just the third time in this, not allowed a run. It's to right field. It's going to drop near the line. Scooped up in foul territory by Trusvik, and she'll run it in a bit. It's 2 days. And we'll add on to that with number 201, and now there is the bunt. It's scooped up in the throw by Wohlers. Rose Roach, and the sacrifice this time works for Nelson. It advances Chin. And Guerin gets the strikeout. Garcia Soto hits a high pop up on the infield right side and just onto the outfield grass. Roach makes the catch, and that stops the rally. Soto had had a couple of hits, but she pops out, and we're still tied.
Game. I mean, this is the season.
Puts that in the air to center field. To her right, Gallegani rolls it in. 1 out. Out to second base. Charge down to one knee, and Kathy Garcia Soto throws out Wohlers. Sharply hit, but fielded by Nelson, and Shamia steps on the back, 3 unassisted.
And you want to be the home team. South Florida, opportunity here to walk it off.
It's out to right center field, and calling for that is the center fielder, Abby Smith. He said regional hard hit ball, but like that one there towards center field, but it's going to stay in the park and be run down by Abby Smith. She got a tremendous jump on that ball. You got Wohlers still right near the line. Popped up, and the catcher, Lizaby, makes the catch. A 6-pitch inning for Guerin, and for the second time in 2 days, first. Leck's been a big part of that. She swings, and there's a base hit into left field. Wilkes will play it in, and Leck on the 1-1 to Trusvik. It's into shallow right field, and Elliott trots in a few steps. Trusvik the first out. And she has another one here. We do have a force out at second, but Down to second quickly goes Leck. Galligani fired it in, but Lisenby with another
substitution with Amelia Leck now out of the game.
Bunt laid down, throw to first, not in time. And Talia Martin, who's the pinch runner for Leck, winds up at...
Really saved the run from scoring.
Peralta up the middle. Martin scores. She'll be stopped. The throw comes to the plate. And Auburn has taken the lead here in the 8th. Peralta's second hit of the game and second RBI, and it's 5-4 Tigers.
And Auburn being very aggressive against Peyton Dixon here in the 8th inning, taking the first good pitch they see. This one a little more over the middle of the plate and elevated. And
in the 8th, and it went to the 9th. So if you're the Tigers, you're thinking you need to add on here, and they will. Adams chases in one, and the second coming home, safe. What a slide by Abby Smith, who I think got the back part of the plate on what was going to be a bang-bang play. Down to second goes Adams on a 2-run single.
Are you kidding me on this slide by Abby Smith? Annalee Adams coming through in the clutch all season for Auburn. Take a look at this slide. Waits till she's behind home plate to actually go into the dirt. Reaches in with that hand, gets the back part of the plate. You're not going to see a better slide this season coming into the plate.
Got jammed up again, and it's a pop-up to third base. It's caught by Dania Brooks. And Long was just all in the kitchen.
Inside, but we have not seen that.
That's just freshman outstanding pitching. Long comes in, gets the strikeout to win the inning, but the damage done. I think Auburn is finally facing Foreman in a situation they like, and that's now with a 3-run lead in extra innings and leading off an inning because she can do just that right there. Home run, solo blast, and makes it a 2-run game. The left field fence.
I mean, she is unbelievable. Any pitch near the zone, off any pitcher she's faced, does not matter. She is locked in. You can see it in her eyes. She has hit numerous home runs. Another one there for South Florida, though earlier, a little trouble with communication over there on the right side. This time she took over early and fully committed, just couldn't come up with a catch.
And strike 3 on the inside corner to Rivera. The bottom of the 8th. Camille Ortiz Martinez, whose grand slam against Auburn was a huge play, and this time she lines it right at the shortstop, Nelia Peralta. 2-2 pitch. Bounce back towards Peralta. The throw to first in time, and the Auburn Tigers are headed for a rematch of a regional final from last year. They're in the 2025 Tallahassee Regional Final, taking on Florida State, their 3rd straight regional final for the Tigers.
S.J. Guerin was lights out today, and once that Auburn offense caught fire, they did not look back. Another extra inning game here in Tallahassee. This time Auburn comes out on top.
Big hug between the battery there, Lisenby and Guerin, after great work